And a return to Ibrox.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a good fixture and a good game to look forward to. The two previous games have been really good games. Real cut and thrust about them and real quality and really good intensity to the game. So I expect it to be the same tomorrow. However, this is our 5th game in 13 days, and it's a big ask. So we're still not sure what our full quota of the squad's going to be. We're just waiting on a few from Wednesday night to see if they're going to be past fit, and we might not know that until the morning. But with a great win on Wednesday, puts us in a decent position. But it would be nice to try and cut into the gap above us as well now.
Who's struggling? Is it?
Paul Hanlon, Darren McGregor, Slivka, and obviously the longer term ones are the likes of Whittaker and Gray. So we'll have to see how they are.
How much are you relishing the reception you might get at Ibrox? Obviously, we all know what happened the last time. It's something.
What happened the last time?
There was a few reasons, but these kind of things. I think you just took them off as part and parcel of the game, didn't you? And obviously the SFA, there was no case to answer and all the rest of it. So when you go back, what happens? Just act as normal?
Yeah.
Your usual.
But it's normal. There's a lot of people out there don't think I'm normal.
The fans will try to wind you up, won't they?
Yeah.
That's
maybe vice versa. It depends how the game goes. Like, I'll be focused on the game. It's a difficult game. Rangers have strengthened obviously significantly. They had a very good win against Aberdeen and followed that up with a win at the weekend. So no matter what time the season you go to Ibrox, it's always a tough game. But we're in good form. We're really pleased with the form we're showing. And if there's abuse or if there's humour or whatever, you just go with the flow and react accordingly.
You mentioned that they've strengthened. You guys have as well. How pleased are you with the guys you managed to bring in, and how have they been gelling in training?
It's really difficult to see them in training because of the volume of games. Since Wednesday night we've done practically nothing with the players that played, and with the guys like the McLarens of this world and Raris, it's difficult to get significant numbers to work with them because we've only got a small squad. The majority of them are resting and recovering. So we'll probably won't see the best of them until maybe later on when things settle down fixture-wise. However, I'm really pleased with the contribution Ken Berry made. McLaren will feature. Raris, Cammy Bell's come in, delighted with that as well, it's good cover. So yeah, I'm pleased with the way the squad's shaped up. And obviously Scott, who's a player that we've liked for a while, and that creative type that we've been looking for. So he can hopefully have a big impact on the second half of the season for us.
Is it a bit easier for him because he's been here before and knows a lot of the guys?
I think so, yeah. I think there's a familiarity for him. And he had a great time here on the pitch. It was probably the best spell of his career. We've got to try and find that again for him, and he's got to find it as well. He's a bit of a nomad, his career. He's had a lot of clubs in a short space of time, and really needs to settle down, find a home, and show the country what he can do, because you don't go to Celtic unless you've got genuine ability, and we need to just tap into that.
And he needs to maybe settle down, I suppose, stay somewhere for a long period of time?
Well, yeah, I think he's obviously Celtic's player, so it's not like he's having to travel to different, far away. He can still base himself at home. But he needs to play on a regular basis, and he needs to, buy into what we're doing, and I think he will. And hopefully that will be a good platform for him going forward.
Do you think there's a possibility to get a permanent deal?
I don't know. I really don't know. I've not even looked that far ahead. We'll see how the loan pans out, but we're hoping it'll be a successful one for both parties.
How do you feel about coming up against Jason Cummings?
I'm sure we're all looking forward to seeing Jason again. We've missed him. He's a character, and of course he's very well thought of here, and rightly so. Did some great things here for the club, and left on a good note. Made a huge contribution to us getting the Premier League. Made a huge contribution to the club winning the cup, and then went on to try and better himself in England. Obviously, it stalled a little bit, and he's at a big club now. So I hope I don't see too much of him tomorrow on the pitch, but be looking forward to seeing him away from it.
How much confidence can you take from the last 2 games you've played against Rangers? Obviously a good result at Ibrox, and you were really unlucky last time they came to Easter Road. How much confidence can you and your squad take?
Well, we're confident. You know, we played well against Celtic, we played well against all. You were in good form, you know, but it was a cracking game on Wednesday night against a very good Motherwell team. I think the 2 previous games are irrelevant, you know, because I mean, we played them in December, which isn't so long ago, but there's been personnel changes, you know, maybe change of formations, whatever. We go in there with, you know, I wouldn't say bursting with confidence, but we're quietly confident that we can perform again. My only concern is fatigue, and the squad that, you know, it's being stretched at the minute just due to the amount of fixtures we've had to play so soon.
Obviously, Leanne Dempster's been linked to the SFA chief executive role. Are you surprised by this? What are your thoughts on it?
Well, first of all, I was surprised by the news that Stuart Regan left. So it's left a gaping hole, you know, not only for the manager's job, but, you know, the most important role at the SFA. So I'm not surprised Leanne's being linked with it, because she's very, very good at what she does.
Would she be a welcome change within the SFA?
Well, because she's a woman.
Because she's modern, because she's a forward thinker?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, if you look at what she's done at Motherwell, she's done some great things there. If you look at the turnaround here since she's come in, you know, I've got a very good relationship with her professionally. But you need to ask Leanne the question. I don't know what the SFA are looking for now in terms of what role that they want from a chief executive, but it doesn't surprise me that her name's being linked with, but we all hope here obviously that she doesn't go.
I guess it's very different between the chief executive of a football club to actually, you know, having the overall say of the governing body, if you like. Could she handle that then?
Yeah, she can handle anything, trust me.
She can handle you?
If she can handle me, she can handle anything.
I would say you're surprised at Stuart Regan leaving. Obviously no top manager, no chief executive. Is there a bit of a leadership crisis at the
Yes, well, it's a huge vacuum there, you know, and I don't know the thinking or the thought process behind it, but there's a huge vacuum there now that needs to be filled, and filled very quickly. You know, there's a national manager to find and someone to actually get a hold of things and run the game accordingly, I think, on a more professional basis.
What is it about Leanne that you obviously work with her very closely? What do you think it is about her that makes her so appealing for these kind of jobs?
I think first of all you have to look at her record at the clubs that she's worked at. Success, 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 and I think she's media savvy, and obviously I think behind the scenes she knows obviously the Scottish game inside out. You know, for the last 7, 8 years she's been working at the highest level in Scotland. She knows all the boards, all the directors, how they work, and you know, I'm not saying she doesn't come into me and start talking tactics and formations. You know, she leaves that to me. But in terms of how to run a football club, then she has done an amazing job wherever she's been.
I know you brought in Canberra during the window. Just with Simon Murray going up to Dundee, does that leave you a bit short on options up front?
No, not really. I mean, we brought Scott in, so he's an attacking player. We've got Boyle, Barker. Boyle can play up front, Barker can play up front. Then you've got Canberra, you've got McLaren, you've got Shaw. So I was a little bit worried that we might have too many. You know, sometimes you can overcook things, and thinking about maybe replacing Simon wasn't really an option. And Scott will give us hopefully a different dimension again to our attacking play. And we were looking for a creative attacking type, and we think we found that. Now it's up to me to get the best out of him, and for him to provide, score goals, assist, and for the rest, you know, Canberra's got off to a great start. That's all it is. It's a great start, and hopefully he can, you know, carry on in the same vein.
I suppose you got Brandon scoring his first goal as well. So it'd be a big confidence booster.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon's goal record is nearly as good as mine. That was his first goal in 24. But he's been banging on the door for some. We were just all really delighted for him. He's played some sensational football this season, and you know, rewarded with a great goal. So you know, I'm hoping there's more to come in that aspect from him. Boyle's got goals in him. You know, McLaren's got goals, and you know, John McGinn's pitched in recently as well. So it's a little bit of a change, but one that we felt was needed.